Right now, charities and growing businesses are eager to adopt tools like Microsoft Copilot. The appeal is obvious: saving time on everyday administrative tasks, summarizing notes, and drafting communications. These AI tools sit directly on top of your existing Microsoft 365 environment. Over years of organic growth, organizations tend to accumulate a tangled web of old user accounts, overlapping Teams channels, and fragmented SharePoint links. In the past, this messy file structure accidentally provided a form of protection. We call it security by obscurity. Sensitive documents, like HR records or financial forecasts, might have had overly broad permissions, but they were buried so deep in confusing folders that nobody had the time or ability to find them. This accumulated clutter has reached a threshold where it now actively degrades the organization's digital foundation. When you introduce an AI tool into this ungoverned environment, the friction of manual search disappears. Look at this network map. When a user asks an AI assistant a question, the tool bypasses traditional folder navigation. It scans the entire organization and retrieves information from any file they have access to, even a finance spreadsheet buried 10 levels deep. AI tools simply follow the access rules you already have in place. Copilot surfaces the overshared links and messy governance that have existed in your background for years. Turning on these tools without fixing those rules creates an active, immediate data exposure risk. Securing that foundation requires a specific intervention: the Microsoft 365 AI and Data Exposure Check. The assessment is a 60 to 90-minute operational and governance review designed specifically for trustees, charity managers, and non-technical leaders. It focuses on the practical basics of how your organization actually works, rather than the technical theater of a penetration test. Small organizations often have significant untapped value in the tools they already own. This process provides visibility into those settings so they can be configured correctly. The primary goal is to provide leaders with a clear, practical understanding of their actual vulnerabilities. The review starts with your data and files. We look for unstructured personal OneDrive usage and check for missing sensitivity labels on confidential documents. This diagram shows a typical SharePoint environment. We scan for locations where sensitive documents mistakenly grant access to everyone. Next, we examine Entra ID. We look for dormant guest accounts and former staff profiles that remain active. We also verify your fundamental access controls, confirming whether multi-factor authentication is consistently enforced for all users and administrators. Finally, we review policy and people. We check for risks caused by staff informally experimenting with public AI tools without clear organizational boundaries. By hunting for these specific symptoms, the assessment successfully maps the hidden risks threatening your digital operations. The final deliverables focus on clarity and immediate action. You receive a concise summary of your top risks, written in plain English for board members and management teams to review. We include a categorized list of quick wins. These are practical settings that can be adjusted immediately to reduce your exposure. As you can see in this layout, the report provides a prioritized roadmap and strategic suggestions, like creating a short acceptable use guide for staff. These deliverables replace technical uncertainty with a clear list of what to fix, who owns it, and how to get started. If you require hands-on help putting these recommendations into practice, Adjona can provide a scoped implementation quote to address the identified issues. This process helps the organization transition from organic clutter and uncertainty toward a clear, governed, and safe Microsoft 365 environment. With these foundations in place, you can move forward with AI tools like Copilot from a position of confidence. A short, practical governance and exposure review today is far easier than dealing with preventable data exposure after your AI adoption accelerates. Visit adjona.com to start a practical conversation.